Hello, crew. How are we? I hope you've had or are having an awesome day. If you're in my part of the world, it is hot, 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 hot. I think we're all staying indoors today with the heat, but wherever you are, I hope you're keeping cool or staying warm, one or the other. Now, today I'm going to talk about some algorithm myths. So there's lots of things to do with the Facebook algorithm that are really important to you to know what to utilize or what to stay away from to have the algorithm working for you. So where this is important also for your page is you can do a lot of things on your personal profile and business page, but you're hearing crickets. You're not getting much interaction or engagement, and it may come down to the fact that your content is not being sent to many people. So people hear all these things about the algorithm, and I'm only going to talk about 7 today and make you aware of some of the myths that are out there with the algorithm. But this is something that's always changing. There's always things that are changing in relation to the algorithm, things that you can do to help it work in your favor, or some absolute no-nos that will help sort of decline it, which is what you don't want. But what's important to understand also is that there are many what they call signals. So signals are fired off with the algorithm, and there's lots of them. So it's a really complex thing when we talk about the algorithm, and there's not just one thing or another that's going to help you or hinder you when it comes to the algorithm. There's lots of little signals. So please don't get caught up in one thing or one myths, because there's a whole lot of things that you want to be doing on social media to make the algorithm work in your favor. It's a constant topic of conversation. We're going to be talking about the algorithm constantly because it's always changing. They make changes to the algorithm. They generally will let us know what changes they're making and for what purpose. So when that happens, I'll alert you to that. So how are we today, guys? Welcome, welcome. Let's see who we have got on live. Well, before I just go to that, if we've not met before, if this is the first time you're watching me live, my name's Helen Martin. It's just there, so it's a bit of a giveaway. But I'm your online crew captain. So I am the captain of our awesome online crew community that we have here. So we are full of entrepreneurs, home-based business owners, direct sellers, network marketers, those of you that have a really small home-based business and you're trying to bring it online. Like you really want to leverage social media and use modern online strategies to grow your business. That's what we talk about here majority of the time. Okay, so let us know if you're new to our community, because we will welcome you with open arms and say hello. So let's see who is here. We've got Mary. Oh, she's tagged someone else. So hello, Mary. How are you? Gloria, how are you today, Gloria? Hello, Heather. And this is Henry here. If you're not aware, this is Henry here who stays with us here in Palm Cove. And he's my little bot when I have him plugged in. Hello, Cindy. How are you? Hey, Journalyn. How are you? Happy New Year to you too. Hello, Edith. How you going? We've got Michael on as well. We've got Patricia. Hope you guys are staying cool. It is definitely hot, hot, hot in our part of the world. Hello, Judy and Bob from Alter Your Course. How are you? Good to see you on. Hope you had a great New Year's. Hello, Teresa from Edmonton. We've got Valerie. Hello, Valerie. Brand new life member to our coaching community. So welcome, Valerie. And Happy New Year to everyone. Journalyn's saying, hello, Janet. It's good to see you live. Awesome to see you on. Hello, Robin. Have to rebrand, but this info might explain some of it. It's only like I'm only mentioning 7. When it comes to the algorithm, it is like it's hundreds of signals that are all intertwined. But the branding piece of it, Robin, is critical, particularly for business pages, because if people are a little bit confused about who you are, what you stand for, what value you're bringing, they won't hang around. So the branding is the number one piece that you should all have down pat, knowing what your brand is or evolving your brand. You may not know what it is straight away. It's like, I don't know what my brand is or what my brand should be. So it's something that we can work through. I've got information above. My branding course is starting on the 13th of January. If you need help with that, that's an option. And those of you in my coaching community, you get a $50 discount. So it's actually cheaper to join my coaching community and get the discount than it is just to do the course itself. But anyway, hello, Isabel. How are you from Canada? We're probably a little bit cool in Canada, are we? Hello, Susan from Scotland. Lovely to see you here. And Happy New Year from Valerie. Hello, Laurie. How are you? Hope you had a good New Year's. If anyone knows that they're appearing like this, it means that you're watching from my group. So I'm broadcasting in 2 places at the moment. You may be watching from my business page, or you may be watching from my free group if you're in there. Everybody's welcome in there. And that's called Social Media Strategies for Home Business Owners. If you're watching from the group, you need to click the very last link in the description, which is the StreamYard link, to allow Facebook to show me your profile, because I'm using a third-party software. So you just need to click on the very last link in the description above for us to see who you are. Hey, Tanya, how are you? Good to see you on. We've got another one there. So just let StreamYard know, who you are. I lost my place. There we are. Hey, Marcella, how are you? I'm hitting restart with my biz this year, and I would highly recommend that some of you do that. For some of you, last year, 2019, may not have eventuated to what you wanted it to be. It's cool. Don't look back. Don't beat yourself up about it. Just look forward. Work out what it is that you can start with to start your journey in 2020 the right way. Branding would be a really good thing to concentrate on if you're not sure what that is for you. Okay, so we've always got an opportunity to start. You don't need a new year to do that, guys. You can do that any day. You can wake up any day and go, I'm restarting. Whether that's your health, your finances, your business, or whatever. But a new year is obviously a really good opportunity to do that. Hello, Tammy. Good morning to you in your part of the world. Hello, Mary. We've got Christina. Good to see you on. We've got Cynthia watching from the UK. Another one there. Just let StreamYard know who you are. We've got Susan from Wisconsin. It's cold. When you say cold, Susan, how cold? Let me know. Lillian from Calgary, it just goes on. You guys are awesome. Hello, Betty Ray. How are you? Good to see you on as well. And we've got someone from Texas who's unknown. So reveal yourself to StreamYard so we can see, who you are. And hello, Merca and Crystal. And how do I pronounce that? Right. Oh, I don't want to stuff that one. Right. Rekji? How do you pronounce that? Beautiful. Let me know if there's any way you can sort of tell me how to pronounce that. Got to catch you live between doing foils if you're not aware. Tammy is a hairdresser. So what did Heather say? +2. So that's still cold to me. Hey, Charlene. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Emma. I'll just keep talking to you guys, so I better move on. It's awesome to see you guys all on. So let's get into these algorithm myths. And just keep in mind, this is not the be-all and end-all. This is only 7 that come up constantly that I hear, and it's like, well, no, that's not true. Or like these are the common ones that I hear that people get caught up with, okay? So I'll go into them. So this one, the first one, there is some merit in this, but people get confused to the reason behind it. And this is something that I've promoted you guys to do before. So, but the reason behind it is important for you to understand. And that's engaging with other people before you post or go live. So have you heard of that before? So if you're about to go live or you're about to do a really important post, common thing that's said in social media is if you go and deliberately engage and interact with other people on social media, other people's profiles, those kind of things, before you post or before you go live, it's going to massively increase the algorithm for your post or for your live. So the myth part that I want to help you understand is there is merit in that if people engage back. The whole purpose of doing it excuse me, is that if you interact with people, it's like, let me put it this way. If you say hello to somebody, what are they likely to do back? They're not likely to just look at you and not say anything back. They're likely to say hello back to you, aren't they? So when you sort of give somebody some attention, they're likely to return the favor. If that's what happens, then that can help, because who you engage and interact with, or who engages and interacts with you, are going to see more of your stuff. That's how the algorithm works. But what the myth part of it is it doesn't guarantee you anything. It doesn't guarantee that the algorithm is going to be boosted if nobody replies. So all it's going to do is help the other person that you're engaging with. It's not going to help you unless the person returns the favor. So if you think about this in a way, have you ever interacted with somebody that you haven't interacted with for ages? Maybe it's a school friend that you haven't had any communication with for years. You go and check out their profile and you say hello. And then they are more than likely going to respond back and say, hey, how are you going? If that happens, then there is going to be potentially a reward in the algorithm, because you're now engaging and interacting with somebody. So the way Facebook sees that is whoever you engage and interact with the most, they'll send more of your material to them. The myth side of it, guys, is just the blanket statement. If you go and interact and engage with people 15, 20 minutes, half an hour before your post or your live, you're guaranteed more exposure. Not the case if they don't respond. So do you see the difference? You are striving for interaction and engagement. So if somebody does that and reciprocates, that could help you in your algorithm, because it's sending signals. These people like each other. These people are interacting with each other. So therefore Facebook might send more of your content to each other. Okay. But just the sheer fact that you go and engage and interact with a whole lot of people before you do your important post or your live doesn't guarantee you anything unless they reciprocate. So that's really important to understand. You're going for interaction and engagement. Okay. It has to be reciprocated for that to have any meaning. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Liking, the second one, liking your own posts. Do you like your own posts? Not going to help you one little bit on social media. It doesn't increase, boost anything to engage with your own post, like your own post. You may not do it, but it's quite common. A lot of people will like their own posts, hoping that will boost the algorithm. Won't help you. It's an absolute myth. It doesn't make any difference. And you should know by now, hopefully, that likes are not a critical factor anymore. So they're even hiding likes. You've probably noticed that already. You can't see the amount of people that have liked a post. Sometimes we can't even see the amount of video views of people. Like when you're scrolling through Facebook and you're looking back on your video, you can't see the number of views of your videos. It's not a numbers game anymore. It's all about interaction and engagement. So if you're the kind of person that likes, your own post, it really doesn't have any meaning behind that. Okay, so that's myth number 2. Myth number 3, and I see people doing this a lot, and it's really important for you to understand that this is not a good thing to do. Okay. This is revolved around, and you may not even be doing this or using this feature yet, but it's around watch parties. Okay, so some of you may not have ventured yet. Those of you that have done video challenges with me, I teach you how to use them and for what purpose to use them. So you guys should be a little bit more aware. But the purpose of a watch party is not to run a watch party while you're live, yourself or with anybody else. When you go live with a watch party, when you go live, you want everybody on with you live. So I could share this as a watch party in other places. You don't want to do a watch party while you're live. You want to share out the actual live video wherever and get people on the original source. The purpose of watch parties is that you do them after the fact. So have your live, Oh my gosh, something just fell down then. I don't know whether you guys heard that. I don't know what it was. I'll check it out later. Sorry for the distraction there. So when you're live, that needs to be your sole focus. You want to be live and only live, and do a watch party after you finish the live. Or if you've done a dual video, do the watch party after you finish the dual interview with somebody. It's not the intention of a watch party to run a watch party while you are originally live. Okay? So that's just, something that you should be aware of. Okay? So just looking down at my notes, the 7. I'm not that good. I can't remember the 7 off the top of my head. So number 7, do not get people within your own business to comment a lot on your posts. So you want people external to you. So where people get caught up with this one is they think it's going to increase their exposure. But remember what I just said in the beginning, is that how the algorithm works is that who engages and interacts with you the most, that's who Facebook is going to send more of your content to. So you go out to your team, people within your business, say, I've just done a post. Can you all comment on it and go, yeah, this is wonderful. Yeah, best thing I've ever done. Changed my life, whatever. So you've got a whole lot of people commenting and interacting on your post about your business or whatever it is that you're promoting. And it looks good, supposedly, from social proof point of view. So what you need to be aware of is how the algorithm works, is who engages and interacts with you the most will see more of your stuff. So what you're training the algorithm to do is just send your material to people that are already in your fold. Does that make sense, guys? So you don't necessarily want every post of yours regarding your business to be commented on by people that are already on your business, because guess where all your posts are going to end up? They're going to end up in front of the people that are already in your business. We want to extend further and wider than that. So I'll just mention here, this is not one of my points, but I'll just mention in here how you do that on a business page. If you've got really low numbers on your page, or you're lacking interaction and engagement, or you're getting the same people that are posting within your company, boost a post. Now, I know a lot of you would have heard boost posts are bad. Boost posts are a waste of money, all that kind of stuff. Boost posts are awesome when you know how to use them, because they can get your content out to your perfect target market if you know how to do a boosted post. Most people that do boost posts don't know how to use them properly, and they just throw money at them, and it's highly untargeted. They just send it out to everybody, and they're not looking at the budget, they're not looking at the time frame, they're not looking at the targeting. So a very, very cheap option for you to get out to pre-qualified people that are your perfect target market is to boost some posts. Okay, so that's a different story. It's sort of not what I was talking about here with the algorithm. But I thought I'd mention that. Now, Robin, you've caught my attention. She's asking a question. I thought that doing that brought your post to the top of the pile again. Maybe I've misinformed. So I'm not exactly sure what you're referring to, but you can reply to somebody that's engaged and interacted with your post, and by replying, it can recycle and bring the post back up to the forefront of your page, and people might see it more. There's nothing wrong with that. So I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to, but recycling posts and bringing them back up to, people's attention is good. But that's you replying, not you liking. So I'm not sure which one you're referring to, but when you engage on your post, then it can recycle it and bring it back up. So that's a good thing, because it's bringing your content back up to the top of the newsfeed. I hope I've clarified that for you. Just put in the comments if that's not sort of clarifying it for you. Susan, is it okay to share someone else's live video while it is live? There is a start a watch party under your live video right now, for example. So you wouldn't want to start a watch party. You can share my live So then anybody that comments on the live is going on my original live. So yeah, Facebook's prompting you to do a watch party, but you'd want to do a watch party after my live, not now. So you can share it now, but share the original video. Don't start a watch party. Share the original video and then do a watch party. It's going to increase the more people that are on your original live video, or say this video, you share it out and people are commenting on the original live video. That's going to help the reach of this video. Then after the fact, if people do a watch party, it's going to go out to different people again. So the exposure is much greater than if you just press watch party now. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Oh, okay, liking your own posts. Don't like, comment, Robin. So liking your own posts is not what you want to do anymore. Maybe previously, and this is the thing about social media, guys, you need to keep up because things change all the time. Liking posts doesn't have the weighting that it did even 2 or 3 months ago. So the goalposts change all the time. So things with the algorithm and getting stuck on what's good and what's not good on social media is just going to hold you back because the goalposts move all the time. So liking posts was a good thing previously. It's not anymore because it's not a numbers game anymore. It's decreased in the signals in the algorithm. So it just doesn't mean much anymore. If you want to recycle a post and get it back up to the top of the newsfeed, comment, actually write something and say, thank you for, whatever. Hopefully there's something to engage with, or just write a comment anyway. Even if you're not responding to somebody, write a comment on your own post and that'll still get it back up to the top of the newsfeed. So I hope that clarifies that. Okay. So that was number 4. This is an interesting one. I did not know this until recently, so I've had to go and deal with it. But apparently, if you leave friend requests unattended to, it has a slight, don't get panicked with this at all. In the scheme of things, it's really nothing. But it has a slight impact, apparently, on your page. So I've got heaps of friend requests that I haven't dealt with. I haven't confirmed or deleted because I like to take the time and go to everybody's profiles that friend request to friend me. That makes sense. And if they don't look like a normal human being or there's not much content on their page, then I just delete them. So unless I've got the time to go through their profiles, they just sit there. I've still got heaps at the moment, but slightly, ever so slightly. As I said, don't get caught up with it. It's not a huge thing, but apparently we shouldn't leave friend requests unattended. So either accept them or delete them and keep that relatively clean. Okay. And the 6th one, posting more, posting multiple times a day is a good thing. So putting more content out there, putting more value out there, doing reminders of your lives like 15 minutes before, like doing lots of posts is a good thing because you're putting more content out there and you've got more opportunity to be seen by people. So not the case. So limit your posts to, maybe 2 to 3 a day. You shouldn't be posting any more than that because you're fighting against your own algorithm. Your own posts are competing with each other. Okay, so if somebody tells you, post multiple times a day, share content, share other people's content, like make sure you got stuff going out all the time, then your own content is competing with each other. And that's something that you definitely don't want. There is so much competition on social media, particularly Facebook, obviously we're talking about, and it's only going to get worse. There's more people coming on Facebook all the time, and the more people that come on and post, the more that the algorithm you have to be really aware of, because you're relying on the algorithm for Facebook to put your post in front of somebody instead of somebody else's post in front of somebody. So if you're over posting, Facebook has got too many decisions to make about your content. So eliminate it to 2 to 3 posts a day on Facebook and just make them good, guys. Good quality posts. Put some thought behind what you're doing. Don't just post for the sake of posting, which is what a lot of people do. It's like, oh, I didn't post something today, and you slap something up. I'm guilty of it too, guys. Sometimes we just think, just got to put something out. But if it's not good quality content, then it may not get seen. If it's spammy, like it's talking about your business, there's any kind of inkling of network marketing, money online, those kind of things, you get zero organic reach. So you need to be really careful regarding content. It's something that we'll go through in the branding course as well, because depending what you're posting, so it's not only the amount of times per day, what is it? What is it that you're posting? And if it's crappy, spammy, direct business related content, your organic reach is going to be really, really low. So you might even be putting a lot of effort into your content, but if it's still really businessy and spammy, let's say personal profile, just remember we're not meant to be promoting business on personal profiles. So your organic reach is going to go way, way, way down, because it's not what Facebook wants to see. It's not the intention of personal profiles on Facebook. Personal profiles is for you to share your life, your world, your family, your friends. Doesn't mean to say you can't create curiosity and intrigue about your business and share what's important to you in your life and stuff like that. But you can't be directly promoting your business. And you'll know that because the organic reach will be nothing. Okay. The last one, I stuffed up. The last one I've already mentioned that I didn't say I was going to mention, and it wasn't one of the 7, but it is. It was my 7th one, and that's about boosting posts. So for those that you can only do that on a business page, you can't do it on a personal profile. So boosting posts is only something relative to you if you've got a business page. And just trust me, it's a really good thing to do. It's a really cheap thing to do as long as you know how to do them. Okay, I've got training on that in my coaching community for those of you that are in that community. But a really strong myth that I want to get across to you is when people say to you, boosting posts is a really bad thing. It's not. It's a beautiful thing. It increases your video views, which then if you're doing Facebook advertising, you can actually create custom audiences from the people that are watching your videos. You can create a lookalike audience from your custom audience, and you can put your ads into people that look exactly like the people that you want to advertise to. It's amazing when you know how. That's all something I've covered in my advertising boot camps in my coaching community, if you guys haven't watched the replays of that, if you're in there, okay? So, Susan, each new post pushes the last one down on your timeline. Unless you've got good engagement, which will keep it up there. So that's why you're always striving for interaction and engagement on anything you do. Lives, posts, anything. Your number one priority, once you've worked out your branding, should be obviously your content that you're creating is striving for interaction and engagement, because that's the be all and end all of the algorithm. If Facebook knows that people are engaging and interacting with your content, then they'll send your content out to more people. If you put a post out and nobody engages with it, then it's unlikely that it's going to send it out to many more people, because its signals are all firing away and saying, well, no one's engaging or interacting with this post. But please be aware that it takes time to get interaction and engagement. So if you're fairly new to social media, if you're fairly new to bringing your business online, then just manage your expectations with interaction and engagement, because it takes time. It may take a bit of time to build out the algorithm for your business page. Some of you will know, well, I post on my personal profile and I post on my business page and I get so much more interaction here than here. Well, initially, of course, because these are your friends, your family, the people that know you, and they're not afraid to say hello. On a business page, when you just start a business page, it's people that potentially are cold to you. So it's not apples for apples. But don't get swayed with that your personal profile is where you should be hanging out, because that's where you get more interaction engagement. You should be doing your absolute best to be trying to build up slowly engagement, interaction, fans and followers on a business page. And then things like boosting posts and Facebook advertising, if you're doing that, it gives you so much more scope to use the big wide world of the internet and find your pre-qualified audience when you know how. You need the skills to know how to do that. But there is actually so much more potential on a business page than your personal profile, although you've got to have an established brand on your business page. Otherwise, you are wasting your time. So, that's all the branding piece, that you need to get nailed down. Okay? Edith, I post 2 to 3 times a day at specific times, never close together though. And very good point. Just because I said, post 2 to 3 times a day potentially, you don't want those 2 or 3 posts close together like Edith's just said there. They need to be spaced out. So you might do one early morning when people are rising and looking at their phones when they shouldn't be. There might be one round about lunchtime, and there might be one in the evening. So the last thing you want to do is 2 posts closer together. So any of you that are putting up a post that says, I'm going live in 15 minutes, and then you go live, be aware that that is competing with that. You've just put 2 posts, although one's a post and one's going live. That is not a good thing to do. You probably don't notice, but my StreamYard reminders, I always put a reminder on my business page of when I'm going live and what I'm going to be talking about for that day. If you actually look at the timing of it, it's always about 2 hours, around about 2 hours before I'm going live, that I put up my post via StreamYard that I'm going live. So if you want to just do a little post, if you're not using software or anything fancy to schedule your lives in advance, you just go live when you go live. But you want to post up saying I'm going live XYZ, then do it around about an hour and a half or 2 hours before you go live, not 15 minutes before you go live. Unless you're a guru, you've got thousands of followers anyway. Like you'll see famous people, gurus sort of do that. It's because they've got their interaction, engagement and following to carry it off. Unless you've already got a guaranteed audience, huge community, and you're famous to some capacity, you won't be able to carry it off. It'll actually hurt you. It doesn't hurt them because they've already got heaps of interaction engagement. So you can't compare to sometimes what people do that are a lot further along in social media. You see them doing something and think, I'll do that. If you don't have the same engagement, following, interaction that they do, it may not work for you. So just keep that in mind as well. Janice, what is the best way to get people to comment on your biz page? Ask for engagement. People need to be led. People need to be asked. You can't rely on the fact that people are just going to volunteer and engage. And it might take you a while to get an engaged community that are just going to comment anyway. But in the beginning, ask for engagement. Like people may need to be prompted to comment. So just ask for people's thoughts. Do you agree with that? What do you think? Let me know. Like ask people. The last thing you want to do on social media is for it to be a one-way street. So when we go on social media, we do live videos and stuff like that. We often bringing value, teaching something, doing one, but it can be very much a one-way street. You're working out your brand, you worked out your content, and you're just delivering it. But unless you're asking questions along the way or engaging your community, or if there's a comment, like reading it out and having a conversation or asking questions, if you get them, you may not be at that point yet, then it's just you delivering content. So we need to encourage engagement and interaction, but it takes time. You can't expect to go on social media, be brand new, and get people to comment and engage straight away. It takes time. Okay? Robin, boosting posts, is that in the business boost unit or somewhere else? I'm looking at the description. So boosting posts I've covered in a couple of places in the coaching community, but it's in the also in the Facebook advertising for beginners bootcamp, Robin. I touched on it there as well. Okay. Oh, sorry. Penny's tagging somebody. I was just thinking, what does that mean? I've done, but they haven't. Sorry, I can't remember what you were talking about, but hopefully I've clarified what you're asking. Okay, I'm going to leave it there because I'm talking too long again. Get me away from live video for a week and I just come back and go bleh because there's so much to share with you. But I hope there's something in that lot that just maybe you weren't quite sure of before, and you've learned something new out of at least one of those 7. So this is something, and you might listen to this video now, and I might turn up here in a week or 2 and go, goalpost to change again. They've made a change to the algorithm. It's not something you can hear once and get it, because this is something that's changing all the time. So this is the kind of stuff that I keep up with, that's really important to me for my business. And so I can also sort of turn around and share it with you guys. So I hope you got some value out of at least one of those 7 sort of tips that maybe you didn't know before. Certainly let me know if that was helpful to you or not. I would be interested in the comments, okay? So I'm going to leave it there. I've spoken long enough. It's just so good to be back on live with you guys. I always strive to give you something of value, so I hope that I've done that today, and I really look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. So whatever part of the day it is for you, enjoy it, and I will look forward to seeing you tomorrow again, okay? Bye.